Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Podcast, episode 305. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian, and we're back for another month of comic book, TV, a month of things, guys. A month of things.
At this point, I think that should just be our default, is here's a month. It's going to go an hour and a half, whatever, but whatever.
I will be home for every week in July, though.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
I fly out on the 30th. I come back on the 21st.
Okay.
So maybe the last 2 Sundays? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's drink, my friend.
Okay, so I know there's like 1 or 2 of you that watched the video. So at this point, you're probably like, what the fuck are these guys doing with this shit in front of them?
There's a lot of shit in front of us.
For those of you that are audio only, you missed out on doing a double take at the fact that we have Budweiser in front of us right now.
A lot of Budweiser.
There's 3 containers of Budweiser alcohol on this table.
We are Merkin, and as Merkin, it is our duty to drink a Budweiser every year.
You know, to be fair, as an American, we would drink a Bud Light. If we were drinking Budweiser, we'd be Canadian.
Or European.
Yeah. Number 1 beer consumed in Canada, Budweiser.
Yeah.
Number 1 in America, Bud Light.
Actually, he's no longer number 1, though.
Oh, is it not?
No. Miller Lite is number 1 now.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, the reason we have so much Budweiser in front of us is we picked up the Budweiser Freedom Reserve Red Lager, which is part of the Flags of Honor. So this red lager is brewed with toasted barley grains and corn, a lot of corn, for a slightly sweet aroma with a touch of hops, rich caramel, and smooth hint of molasses. Inspired by George Washington's recipe.
You know, they have a really good copywriter in their marketing department because all that describes is a regular fucking Budweiser in a fancy bottle.
Yes. I brought a bottle opener, but it's a Budweiser. It's just twist off.
Is it?
Yeah. It even says so.
Oh, jeez.
Now, the reason that
The
reason I kind of wanted to try this, it's the Flags of Honor. So they give part of the proceeds to military families for education.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool, if you ask me. The color is definitely different than a traditional Budweiser.
It's much more amber.
That's the other thing we have here is a traditional Budweiser. Now, mind you, I've never drunk a Budweiser Tall Boy without shotgunning it. Okay. So this is different for me. So there's a little traditional Budweiser for...
So my family, actually, it's all Bud Light now, but yeah, Tall Boys of Bud. That's all it is. I have an uncle that's his breakfast every morning.
I'm gonna try the Freedom Lager first. The color is drastically different.
Again, for the 2 of you watching the video, very very pale light yellow lager for the standard Bud. Very very deep amber for the premium.
The Freedom Reserve.
Yeah. Okay. I hate myself right now because of what I'm about to say.
It's not horrible.
That's not a horrible beer.
Now let's try the traditional Budweiser.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a bad beer.
Yeah. I'm still gonna drink it, but
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna drink it, Jay.
So, okay, your standard. Can you buy a 6-pack of Bud? Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy a 6-pack of Bud.
6-pack of 12-ounce cans is what, like $5, $6, something like that.
Yeah, this Tall
Maybe
Boy is
less.
only 99 cents.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, did you go for a full 6-pack of the?
Sure did.
Okay, what's the price point on that? I'm just curious.
$6.49.
That is actually not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's still
not the best beer I've ever had.
It's not the best beer I've had. It's still too light for me.
Okay.
I'm
definitely getting the molasses finish on it.
Yes. You know what I need in here is some motherfucking hops.
Yeah, there's no hop to
I
that.
need some hops in here.
But no, at $6.49 for a 6-pack, if I ever had to, for whatever reason, drink Budweiser by choice, I would pick that up. That is much more reasonable than the $13 12-pack or 6-pack of Rainier Pale Mountain Ale.
Oh, yes. Oh,
That
yes,
was
yes.
bullshit.
That was bullshit.
So,
And this tastes better than that did.
yeah. So, okay.
Wow. Surprise. And I like the bottle size.
It's like a Red Stripe bottle.
It's like a Red Stripe bottle. Yeah.
Or no, what's
The Red Hook. They're not doing these bottles anymore, but the
yeah,
Red Hook
yeah,
did these
the Red
like
Hook,
this for a
because
while.
the Red Stripes are 10 ounce, not 12 ounce. Yeah.
I mean, 5.4% alcohol. Like, it's water.
Well, 5.4 is not horrible. Because I want to say
Isn't a traditional, like,
5.
Okay, I was going to say
I was-
4.7.
I was thinking like upper 3s, lower 4s, but no, I mean 5.4 is not horrible. We've had many a beer on here that just barely hit 6. So
Not as good as what I drank earlier today.
what'd you drink earlier today?
So I've decided I'm going to start fucking around with some old-fashioned and Manhattan recipes.
Sure. Oh yeah. You're telling me about this.
Yeah, so I bought, not using vermouth, I'm using cardamom,
Okay.
which is an Italian digestivo.
Yeah.
And Amaro specifically.
Okay.
And Amaros are crazy. They have so many different ones. Like, I had to find the exact one they use. So I've been using the Wild Turkey 101
Yeah.
with the Cardamano.
Okay.
Because Cardamano is very sweet.
Okay.
Instead of regular sweet vermouth. The Wild Turkey, I bought a walnut bitters.
Okay.
I've tried it with an orange bitters. And decided I want a little sweet to it.
Okay.
So instead of stirring it with ice, I shook it with maybe a teaspoon of raspberry sorbet.
Oh. Okay.
So it's just raspberry, lemon juice, and sugar. That's all that's in the sorbet.
okay.
So, I mean, that's pretty much like you do a sugar cube and a
Yeah.
little bit of lemon, same thing. So I shook that instead of ice, no dilution, but it gave it that cold flavor. It's fucking delightful.
That sounds delicious.
Real
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Should we get into it then?
Yeah. What have you been watching for the last month, buddy?
No, surprisingly, not a lot.
Okay.
So I will go through because we're in the season finales of everything.
We are.
So season finale of Brooklyn Nine-Nine wasn't just the season finale; it was the show finale. The show got canceled and then it got brought back.
Right.
Do you know who was the most outspoken people in bringing that show back?
You gave me some names. I don't remember off the top of my head, but
it was like, I know for a fact Guillermo del Toro and
Right.
Mark Hamill were the biggest two.
yeah, and that seemed very weird to me. But
Super
all right.
weird. But they brought back Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So instead of a series finale, it was the season finale.
there you go. The network finale, though.
Definitely the network finale. Switching.
Do you think the tone of the show is going to change at all once it goes to the network?
I don't think so.
No. All right.
No, because they found the winning combination with the show. Obviously, people liked it so much as is. Why would you change it?
Yeah.
The so that was a great season finale.
Okay.
A bad season finale was American Housewife. It's just a bad season finale. The season's been fine in itself. Bad finale.
Okay.
Bob's Burgers, I feel finished off really strong. The last 2 episodes that dropped, have you caught up on them?
I'm not caught up on that one yet.
Both really good, really solid. Still, best finale of them all, Superstore.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my
I know. Well, because I've been gone.
All right,
So-
Pause it. Which
Yeah.
why does Hulu not let you download it? Bothers the piss out of me.
Right. Well, and it's one of those ones that I watch with the wife, so it would have been.
Oh, fair.
But,
Should say bothers the Budweiser out of me. But no, man, it's such a good. All right, I will. Because I had questions for you, what you think is going to happen, and I will hold that.
Okay.
Some of the other things I have been watching for us to talk about, the Indy 500. What?
Nothing. I'm just gonna drink my Budweiser.
Those motherfuckers make a lot of good left turns. Actually, that's not true. They made a lot of really bad left turns.
Yeah. Oh well.
It was one of the highest crash rating in any Indy 500.
Oh really?
Yeah, the track was so hot.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the hottest days ever in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So they would turn and the
Just
tires
slide.
had no track. They
Yeah.
would just slide
Yep.
off, and it was really kind of disappointing. I watched the first 6 minutes 52 seconds of the Netflix original Seth Rogen's Hilarity for Charity.
Oh why? Okay.
And that's as far in as I can make it.
That's 10 minutes of your life you'll never get back.
Which is funny because I only put in 6 minutes, but it definitely felt like longer.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about you had to turn the TV on, you had to open up Netflix, you had to
Sure.
navigate to it.
Sure.
You had to hit the exit button.
Oh.
You had to sit and contemplate whether you want to just go walk out into traffic at that point.
You know, I was really, really fortunate to only be on the 5th floor of a hotel.
Okay.
Otherwise, that drop probably would have killed me.
Yeah, yeah.
One other thing I want to talk about with you.
Okay.
So is the Hot Ones, Machine Gun Kelly.
I still haven't watched it.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm
Okay.
like 4 episodes behind.
So we're just gonna put a little initial here to talk about, a little
Okay.
initial there to talk
All
about.
right. That's weird 'cause it's like actually how I write my initials too.
Yeah, see.
Okay.
I know you haven't watched the NBA Finals,
No.
but for the 4th year in a row,
Yeah. Fucking what is this? all of a
Golden
sudden?
State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Is this like early 90s Bulls era right now with
Actually,
Bulls and Lakers?
now they've officially gone more consecutive titles
Yeah.
than the Bulls have.
Right.
Not only that, this has been the first time since I think they said 79 or 97, dyslexia may be setting in, it's one of those two, that both conference championships went to Game 7.
Oh, interesting.
Because Cleveland and Celtics went to Game 7.
Right.
Dallas,
Houston.
Houston and Golden State went to Game 7. A lot of injuries across the board all the way around.
Yeah.
Kevin Love's still out. Iggy Iguodala's still out. Like, it's going to be interesting.
It's okay because he's so fancy. It's gonna work out.
Oh yeah, his rap career is on point.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm in for Golden State.
Right.
I had an opportunity to go to Game 7 in Houston. I did not go.
Oh, how brutal was that?
Work obligations.
Yeah.
Let me repeat. I want you to know I chose to do my job instead of go to Game 7. Look at me. I know you're listening. I want you to pause it, put on the video version, and look at me. You owe me. Cool. So yeah.
So which final game are you going to?
I don't know yet because here's the problem. Finals start tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I leave the country on Monday.
Okay. That's fine. So you go to the game tomorrow? Or?
That's the game plan, right?
Okay, I'm trying to remember. It's 1 and 2, and then they move,
So it's 2 at home
and then 2 away.
and then 2 away and
Yeah.
then every other.
So you go tomorrow and Friday, right? It's back to back. Or is it tomorrow?
No,
and
no,
Saturday?
it's tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah. So you go tomorrow and
That's pretty much
Saturday.
my game plan.
Yeah.
Is I'm gonna hang up here. I'm gonna go to Oracle because my car, I don't know if you notice it, is pretty much Dub Nation blue.
Oh no!
So I might as well drive that motherfucker
right
down there.
Right.
Yeah. Why fly?
There you go.
So yeah, NBA Finals, and then a little TV news in regards to the WWE.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like,
Shit is blowing.
I feel
up.
like this was just out of nowhere. I'm sure it's been in the works for a bit, but even on like the Reddit boards and everything like that, like it was nothing, and all of a sudden like TV. I'm like, the fuck.
So here's what's blowing my mind about this. 2 years ago, WWE was saying it's going to be all about our network.
Yep.
Because it's the WWE network. We want subscribers, pay-per-views on the way out, TVs on the way out. Our network's where we're going.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been pushing hard. The network. USA, I mean, granted, it's the longest episodical show in history.
Yeah.
But the ratings aren't there. It's 3 hours long. People are complaining. And then out of nowhere, USA gives them a gangbusters deal to keep Raw for 3 hours.
Right.
And everyone's like, wow, that's huge. That's huge. But it cost them so much money, they couldn't afford SmackDown.
Right.
So now SmackDown is going to Fox.
Fox? Oh, I had heard NBC.
Nope.
Okay.
Fox Friday nights
Oh, jeez.
on Fox.
Okay. So this is why they canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Well, Brooklyn Nine-Nine was Sundays, but yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
okay.
I mean, it's not even. It doesn't go there for another 2 years
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
for billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Billions. So essentially, what happens now? So you have Raw, you have SmackDown. They're both on the USA Network, so they both advertise for the other shows.
Right.
Well, now you're going to have one on cable, one on air.
Yeah.
Not cable necessary, streaming air.
Right.
So who's now going to get the bigger talent? And you know they're not advertising to other people.
Oh, it's going to be SmackDown.
It has to be, right?
Not only are they going to get bigger talent because they get bigger exposure, the money itself, or the show itself, is going to have more money, so they're going to be able to pay higher contracts. Because they just announced a new contract for somebody. I don't remember who it was, but it was a ridiculously high renewal contract.
Well,
and it's somebody that's guaranteed to be on SmackDown when it goes to Fox.
Brock Lesnar gets, for every pay-per-view appearance, $500,000.
Yeah.
But
so for his two times he shows up a year.
right? Well, that's why we haven't seen him since WrestleMania.
Right.
But billions of dollars for network TV.
Yeah.
So here's my question: are they going to start? So are they going to cross promote with the NFL, who's also on Fox?
Maybe.
You'd think they'd have to, right?
Right.
So are they going to start maybe having? Are they going to buy WrestleMania to put on Fox? Like, what is going to happen?
Yeah, that's a good point. Interesting.
Or since now your network viewers have more attention, are your pay-per-views going to kind of die down because it's all about what's going on Fox right now?
It could be. Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff.
It'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
And let's not forget that when they go to Fox, Vince McMahon is stepping down from the company
Right.
because he's got the XFL,
Yeah.
which means it's going to be all Hunter.
Yep.
So interesting time to be a closet wrestling fan.
I spend half my day at work reading about wrestling shit. I don't know if I can consider myself a closet wrestling fan.
Everyone is a closet wrestling fan.
Okay.
Everyone is, except unless you're a 4-year-old boy in a John Cena t-shirt. Deep down inside,
I've never seen that. I don't.
well,
Yeah.
because deep down inside, you keep some of that wrestling shame to yourself. You know what I mean? It's true. Let's
Oh,
not,
no.
let's
No,
not
no,
get
no.
ourselves.
Sure,
Let's not get ourselves
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Okay.
I walk around in a Golden Lovers t-shirt or like a Bullet Club t-shirt, and someone's like, "Oh, what's that?" Be like, "I don't worry about it." Like if you don't know, I'm not gonna sit here and try to fucking explain it to you. Someone's like, "Is that a band?" Yeah, sure.
Sure. Why not?
Because
It's a band of brothers, man.
I still have shame, my friend. I still have shame.
That's your problem. You haven't drank enough Budweiser.
No, because the more I drink, the less I like it. Actually,
See, I'm kind of going back and forth, so I can have this and be like, oh, in comparison, this is actually not bad.
yeah. The more I drink this one, I'm all like, I'm liking you less and less.
Yeah, I know.
I might, I don't know, dry hop this son of a bitch. Surprisingly, for me, as far as TV is concerned, I've been doing a lot of traveling,
Yeah.
so not a lot of TV. What
Okay.
What about yourself?
So, I was just over in France for 3 weeks,
Oui.
and the weather was bullshit. I'd be at work, walking around to the plains. It'd be low to mid 80s, sunshine, great, everything like that. I'd go finish up at the office. I'd drive back to the hotel. I'd change. I'd go out. Fucking raining. Like 80% of the time that happened. So I spent a lot of time in my hotel watching TV. Speaking of season finales, I finished For the People.
Okay.
Really good. Renewed for season 2.
Yes.
I finished Krypton. I liked it.
Okay.
Renewed for season 2. I watched Siren. I finished the season of Siren,
Okay.
which was the mermaid one on
Yep.
Freeform. It was all right. It wasn't the best show.
Cloak and Dagger is coming out in Freeform
It is. It comes out June 6th.
soon. June 6th or June 2nd, one of those two.
Yeah. I don't know. It's on my list, so it'll pop up
There
when
you
it's there. I don't know if Siren's been renewed or not. I haven't heard anything. I finished. No, I'm still watching Life Sentence. Canceled after one season.
Ooh.
So it's got 3 episodes left to air, and then that's done.
Let's hope they wrap up the show well then.
They don't, because it was all filmed before.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I know. Ridiculous.
Constantine all over again.
Riverdale was good.
Okay.
That season's over now.
And do they wrap up the whole Black Hood?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I take it back. They did.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there ended up being 2 Black Hoods, and they figured it out. It was whatever. The Voice, that ended. I liked the winner well enough. Youngest winner in history, so that was good. And then I got all caught up on Billions.
Oh, okay.
Fucking love that show.
It's supposed to be a fantastic show.
It's amazing. Paul Giamatti, probably one of his best roles ever. And then
The writer for Billions and writer creator, closet wrestling fan.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
It's true.
Yeah. But no, so that's a really good show. I'm actually halfway through last week's episode right now. What else did I watch? I watched a bunch of random other shit. I finished Con Man. We've talked about Con Man.
Have we?
Alan Tudyk's little program he did on Vimeo and then on
Yep.
Comic Con HQ. Fucking hilarious. I love Alan Tudyk.
Had a little cameo in Deadpool too.
Yeah. I think that's about all of the TV I watched.
Baseball. Watching some baseball.
I haven't watched any of it because I couldn't.
Ooh. Oh, because it doesn't let you stream over in France? Oh,
I
that
tried it and it was
sucks.
like, oh no, out of network. But fucking Brewers are great right now.
Yeah.
Third best team in the entire majors, best in the national.
My sushi guy thinks that they're going to kill it and then bomb after the All-Star break.
That's what they do every year.
So
I still say the Pirates are going to take it.
I
It's gonna
can't.
be-
I can't have this discussion right now.
But so here's the weird thing. We've been talking the last 2-3 weeks, whatever, about how the NL Central was the closest division in baseball.
Yes.
At one point on, I think it was May 10th, I sent you a screenshot. There was one game
Separating 3 teams.
separating first from fourth.
There you go. 4 teams.
And then you had the Reds, which, fuck it, whatever. That is, the NL Central is now the furthest apart between first and fourth place out of all 6 divisions.
Yeah.
But it's still only, I think, a 7-game spread or something like
It's
that.
not that much.
It's like, shit's crazy right now.
And with that all said, it looks like the season's going to the Yankees.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But Brewers won today.
Yes.
They lost yesterday pretty bad. They won today, which means this is their 6th straight series that they've won.
That's fantastic.
It's fucking crazy. And they got this closer who everybody's saying is going to break the records for closers this season, but it's his rookie year. Josh Hader. So it's crazy. So, actually, I have more TV. Sorry, I remember this because like I said, I watched a lot of TV. Finished Black Mirror. I'm all caught up on Black Mirror.
Worth the watch?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
First episode will put you off.
Yeah, with the whole animal fucking YouTube
Yeah.
thing.
But after that, everything else is great.
Okay.
And then I am almost done with season 2 of 13 Reasons Why.
Okay, so explain this to me.
You're going to have the same questions I did.
The first one was all about suicide.
The first one was the main female lead committed suicide. She left a series of tapes.
Explaining why.
Explained all the people involved and like what their involvement was and what happened.
So what is season 2 about?
Season 2 is
Copycat suicide and murder?
That's kind of what I was thinking at first. Like, I don't need this. The girl's parents filed a lawsuit against the school district, saying that the school was aware that she was struggling, that she was talking about suicide, and they ignored it and did nothing, and let the bullying that caused her to commit suicide to go on, even though they'd been notified of it, because the main bullies were members of the baseball team who were jocks, so they got run out of the school. So that's the premise of season 2. And each episode is told from the perspective of somebody who is testifying in court.
Okay.
So the other students
Sure.
and stuff like that. I really thought I was going to hate season 2. I thought it was going to just be a money grab. It's actually really good. So if you liked season 1, watch season 2.
Okay.
And that's all I have for TV.
Did you watch any movies?
I did.
Okay.
So on my flight back from Toulouse, I watched 3 movies. Oh, sorry, one more TV show.
Ah, fucking liar.
I started The Guest Book,
The Guest
the
Book.
TBS show that was on last season,
Oh.
where it was an anthology about people staying at this cabin.
Yes.
Fucking hilarious.
Is it?
I'm 4 episodes in. There's only 10 episodes in season 1. It's really good. There is recurring characters in the town that pop up in every episode, but then the guests at the cabin change every episode.
Right.
So at the end of an episode, you'll see the next people that are coming to the cabin, and then the next episode is their story, and then, yeah. Great show, though.
Okay.
Okay, anyways. 3 movies on my flight back. I watched Half Girlfriend, which is a Bollywood movie,
Okay.
but it's great.
Sure.
When I was when I was going to Singapore back in February, somebody in the row in front of me was watching it, and I glanced up every few minutes, and I'm like, oh, it looks kind of entertaining, whatever. And it's not your typical like Bollywood in that they break into scenes where everybody's singing and dancing.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. There's a couple of scenes where the female lead sings, but in a setting where you would sing, like she's playing at a coffee shop or something like that,
Sure.
where it makes sense. But it's this guy who's at university and he falls for this girl and he's trying to get her to be his girlfriend. She's like, well, I can't make that much of a commitment, but I can meet you halfway. I'll be your half girlfriend. It's a whole weird, but it's an entertaining movie. You got to read it with subtitles because half of it is in Hindi, but good movie.
Okay.
And then I watched Kingsman.
Secret Service.
No, the second one, Golden Circle.
Golden Circle.
Yeah, fucking terrible.
Okay. Tell me about it.
You've seen it.
I have. I
Yeah.
want to know why you think it's terrible.
Because the acting was terrible, the plot was terrible. This was a money grab on the first one. Like I was just talking about with 13 Reasons Why. Like this to me was, oh hey, everybody really liked this first movie. Let's figure out this stupid gimmick where there's an American version of the same thing, and
So as I understand it,
it's based on another comic.
no.
Okay.
It was written as a trilogy.
Oh god.
That there's actually one
There is.
more to finish
I-
out the series.
Yep, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I definitely did not like it as much as I liked the first one,
No, me either.
but I still enjoyed it. I liked Julianne Moore a lot.
Okay.
Once again, the fight scenes are just amazing. I think they're very well done.
Really well
very
choreographed. I could have done without the lasso.
Yeah, I'll give you the lasso. I could have done without the lasso.
Even with the lasso, it was well done.
Yeah. I loved Elton John.
Yeah.
Loved
That was-
Elton John.
That was kind of funny.
So I'll give you the plot a little thin. Some of it was kind of weak, but there's so many smaller things that just made me laugh and smile that when that movie was over, I was like, I had fun.
Okay.
I had fun with that movie.
It's sitting like 4 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
Like it's not great. The other movie I watched on the plane, which I was struggling to remember for the last 3 or 4 days. Which, by the way, so you fly a decent amount.
I do?
Do you take advantage of the IFE in the seat?
No,
Okay, never.
not really.
Okay.
Why?
I usually don't.
Okay.
I did on the way back because I didn't feel like I was reading comics, whatever. So you go on a Delta flight, you go on a United flight, whatever. They got their IFE, they've got their 300 movies.
For those of you who don't know, it's in-flight entertainment.
That's yes. Sorry. I'm not even gonna get into. Anyways, so yeah, they've got their screen in the seat back, and you've got your 300 movies, whatever. They need to have somewhere where you can go on their website or whatever, and it'll list everything that's loaded right now. Because for the fucking life of me, I spent the last 4 or 5 days trying to remember the name of a movie that I watched because I couldn't remember anything about the movie.
Sure.
I'm like, I know I watched it. I know it's good. I'm blanking on the plot and the actors and the story and whatever. So you go onto like the Delta Studio website and it's like, here's our 4 featured movies for the month. But you can't find a listing anywhere of everything. So somebody get on there, make that site. But so the last movie I watched was Same Kind of Different as Me. Adaptation of a book based on a true story.
Tell me more.
So fuck my life, I can't remember the main actor's name. Anyways, the main actor, he's an art dealer. He's done really well off. Him and his wife live in this big house in Fort Worth, Texas. It opens up with them having a conversation because she just found out, or he just told her he had an affair. So big fight, whatever. He's all apologizing. He's like, I've called it off. It's never gonna happen and whatever. And I'll do whatever I can to make it up to you. It's whatever. All these relationship problems. So they're in the car driving later on, and she's like, "Hey, pull down this road." And it's like a sketchy part of town. So he's like, "Okay, I'll go, but let's not stay." And she's like, "Pull it, whatever." Anyways, they go to the homeless shelter, and you find out that she volunteers at the homeless shelter, serving the food. And she's now brought him along with, and he's all resisting it and whatever. Long story short, they end up meeting the most troublesome person there, who's like violent and has like obviously mental trauma and things like that. They end up befriending him and helping him out and all these kinds of things. And the guy eventually realizes that he's kind of an asshole, and there's a moral to the story. I think it's one of those like religious positive films or whatever, but it doesn't go into that.
This sounds way too serious for me. I don't want to look in that mirror. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, all in all, though, good movie. Renee Zellweger's the wife.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Kirk Cameron's the husband.
no. It's a famous actor. I just can't think of who it is. I can picture his face. Anyways.
Is he in something else you might remember?
No.
All right.
I mean, I could look it up and tell you the name of
Right,
that guy.
yeah.
But I'm not going to. Anyways, good movie. Good serious movie. If you're in the mood for something heartwarming, whatever. That was the first movie I watched, and then I went to Secret Circle because I needed something to laugh about.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I watched those, came home, watched Deadpool 2.
Okay. What did you think of Deadpool 2?
I thought it was a decent movie. I really liked the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. Laughed a lot at the first one. Didn't laugh as much at this one. Thought there was way too many characters jammed in there.
Too many. I did like
You've
how
seen
they.
it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did like that they killed all of X-Force right away.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Because I'm like, I laughed actually really hard at that scene. Especially the guy that landed, he landed in a turbine or something? What did he get? There's the guy that went into the mulcher.
Right. You're thinking about he got electrocuted.
Well, there was the Vanisher got electrocuted. I feel like there was a guy that like landed on a giant fan or turbine or something.
Isn't that what happened to Bedlam? How did Bedlam die?
Which
No,
one?
hit by truck, hit by van. Terry Crews got hit by a van.
Yeah. I don't remember. Now.
Alright.
Anyways, yeah, I thought there were some funny parts. I would still say it was a very enjoyable movie. I just didn't like it as much as the first one. I think that's because there's so much stuff in the first one that was shock value
And unique and
because you hadn't had it before. I did like a lot of like the inside jokes in this, like the throwaway jokes. There's the point where Deadpool walks up to Cable and he's like, he says something about Thanos.
oh yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's funny. And, you got the Green Lantern jokes in there.
Green Lantern jokes. Says it's so dark it's the DC universe.
Yeah. There's a lot of fourth wall type jokes in there that were good. But yeah, ultimately, maybe just a step below Deadpool 1 for me.
I had two chief complaints, but I still enjoyed the movie well enough. I did not like how they retconned everything at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was super dissatisfying for me.
Right. But at the same time, I felt like that in and of itself was a poke at comics.
It is. It is absolutely.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Where it's like, oh, well, this thing happened, we can't figure it out. Oh, no, he went back in time and changed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other issue I have is, so if Deadpool could fix the time machine, fucking give it to Cable so he can go back to see his family. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be an asshole.
Right. Eh.
Right. But all things considered, I agree. Like I don't think it was as good as the first one. I still enjoyed it well enough.
Right.
Something I watched I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I was going to is Black Panther.
Oh, you just watched it?
I just watched it for the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
I
I enjoyed the shit out of that movie.
downloaded it on my iPad, watched it on the flight over. Because I know it's in-flight entertainment right now.
Right.
But as I understand it, that's not always the full feature film.
No, they cut it.
Exactly. So
I don't know how much. Delta is actually notorious for cutting big parts out of movies, and people are like, what is this?
yep. So for the $4, I'll download it in super high def and
Yeah.
watch it on my iPad, right? That's why.
With Retina display.
That's why I bought that fucking monitor. Might as well put it to good use.
That's right.
There are a couple huge plot holes in it for me,
Okay.
but aside from that, I liked it well enough. I like it probably more than the other MCU movies that have been out in the past year.
Okay.
So
We talked about this when I watched the first time. Actually, the only time I watched it. My biggest complaint was that it's a 2-hour movie. For the first hour and a half, they're following the one villain, whose name I'm not.
Claus
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, he just
dies.
And now it's, oh, hey, now we got to worry about this other.
And now we got Killmonger.
Yeah. Like, To me, cut the Klaus stuff in half, make it 25, 30 minutes, because I feel like there's no reason for it to be that long.
I did feel like that they spent they did not divvy up the backstory time accordingly to all the characters that deserved enough backstory.
Sure.
The thing I had the biggest problem with in this fucking movie was that vibranium could do everything.
Oh, yeah.
It could heal you if you're sick. It could make you super strong. It can make weaponry, but it can make armor out of light, or it can make armor out of fabric, or it can get the fuck off it. Vibranium can't do all that. Like, get your head out your asses here, okay, guys?
Well, it can. People outside of Wakanda just have not harnessed that power yet.
No,
I know.
no,
I know.
because it's a solid state thing. How can it then also become a light emitter for shields, but also a food source, and also heal your injuries?
Yeah.
Like, come on. It's not the end all be all of everything. With that said, I thought it was, like, I liked it well enough.
Yeah.
That it was better than, like I said, most of the MCU movies.
Right. You got the next one coming out in like 2 weeks. Ant-Man Wasp.
And I will do the same thing. I will wait till it's available to download for $4, and then I'll download it and rent it.
I'm going to go watch it in the theater. I don't care.
No.
I'm already paying for the movie pass still, so I don't care.
Yeah, I gave up on my movie pass.
I know.
So, and I'm not looking back. I'm very happy with my decision. The last thing I watched was a 5-hour-long documentary. Why the face?
I'm just curious what you devoted 5 hours to.
Bobby Kennedy.
Really?
Well, it was just from his Senate election up into his presidential campaign.
Okay.
So not all of Bobby Kennedy. So it didn't include the JFK campaign. It didn't really touch. It touched on his attorney general stuff, but really didn't go into too much detail.
Okay. Yeah.
So mostly just his presidential campaign and his assassination.
Fantastic.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Adrian has a horrible hard-on for the Kennedys. In fact, upstairs there is a picture of JFK sitting on his boat, Caroline, eating an ice cream cone.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, Jack. Oh, boy. So,
Anyway.
yeah. So I watched the Bobby Kennedy for President.
Okay.
It was good. I learned more in this documentary than I have for the past couple other BFK, JFK documentaries. 'Cause
Okay.
at a certain point, you're not...
Right. It's the
It's
same
not-
thing.
yeah,
it's just
it's nothing
regurgitated.
new.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that it was... Because usually it's 3 hours life to death.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that it was 5 hours Senate to assassination.
Right.
Which in the grand scheme of things is only about... See, John died 63. That's only a 5-year span, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking at an hour for every year.
Okay,
As far as
that's-
documentaries are concerned, that's very...
Yeah, that's good.
So I quite enjoyed it. I also liked it because it was all told and written from the people who were in it with him.
Okay.
His, speech writers, his campaign managers. So it was the people who had firsthand accounts, and it still talked about how they're still trying to find the truth to really what happened to Bobby.
Right.
Because John, still nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Bobby is even more clandestine and weird than John's is. So I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I would say I knew probably about 70, 75%, but what I learned I found intriguing enough. So, yeah. Bobby Kennedy for President, Netflix original.
Okay, there you go.
Before we get into comics, I've been listening to a new podcast I really like.
Oh, okay.
It's called Crime Town.
Okay.
And it goes over Rhode Island. Season 1's just Rhode Island.
Oh, interesting.
And so what most people don't realize is, as far as La Cosa Nostra, the mafia, in the United States, New York was number 1, Chicago was 2,
Yep.
and then Providence, Rhode Island was number 3,
Right.
as far as influence is concerned.
Yeah.
So it goes over their influence, Buddy Cianci becoming mayor, becoming a convicted felon, going to jail, coming out, be elected mayor again, being then thrown out of office, becoming a felon again, his possible third attempt at being mayor,
Oh, Jesus.
and all the crime and the mafia and everything involved in it.
Okay.
So it was really well done. They interviewed a lot of the former mob guys that have either gone legit or in prison, got stories. I quite enjoyed it.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have time for an 18-episode podcast, do Crime
How
Town.
long per episode?
They vary between 1 hour to 30 minutes.
Okay. It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. No, especially now if you got a flight to Australia, which in itself is a 20-hour flight. So
Yeah, right.
got something to do.
No, I got another. I guess 12. Well, with layover, 14 hours coming up at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Or June. So.
All
Yeah.
right. Before we get into comic book specifics, which are weekly polls, I need to talk about our current state of comic books.
And how it's in the toilet.
I am so. All right, hold on. I need to talk about my polls before I can talk about what my complaint. So my polls this week are G.I. Joe issue 252, Infinity Countdown Captain Marvel #1,
Sweet Jesus.
Daredevil 603, Super Sun and Dynomutt and the Blue Falcon one shot. So I was not going to get any of the Hanna-Barbera DC crossovers.
Yeah.
And then Mike was like, dude, it's actually really good and like super fucking dark.
Who writes it?
Tomasi.
Okay. I didn't know if they. Yeah.
And then some of the things I need to complain about are going to be Justice League No Justice #404 and the Man of Steel #1. I also got Image, and Image now comes with the Image book plus its own DC insert, plus its own Marvel insert, plus its own Image insert.
Okay.
So I really need to talk about the state of comic books thanks to the Man of Steel, Justice League No Justice, and Iron Man #600.
Okay.
What are on your polls?
I literally didn't buy anything. So we talked about this when we last met, which is last Wednesday, right? A week ago.
Yep.
So I did not buy any comics while I was on business in France,
Correct.
because even though I am buying through Comixology.com, they track my IP and they know that I am not in the U.S. and I get charged foreign tax, and that's bullshit.
Which I found a resolution to this.
Yeah.
Just have Jess buy your books, and they'll just get put into your library.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah.
But then she sees how many books I buy, and then there's a whole.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. And then I just been fucking trying to readjust for the last. It wasn't until I think Sunday where I had a normal night's sleep again. So I'm just like, you know what?
I have no idea how I'm going to do it.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
Because I have to go to Australia.
Uh-huh.
I have to come back from Australia Tuesday.
Yeah.
I have to be at Denver at a show Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I get 1 day to recoup. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
So there is a bunch of different,
Drugs.
yeah, for lack of a better term.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Somebody on one of my last flights was touting some pill they had. I don't remember what it was called, but it's a no lag or anti-jet lag, or I don't remember. It's some generic name. It's a couple different things and then some melatonin mixed in, and it's supposed to be that when you're coming back from a time zone that's ahead, you take them every 2 hours until you are ready to go to sleep. All melatonin does is reset your circadian rhythms. So I don't understand the 2 hour thing, but something like that it helps somewhat. You're not gonna. You're gonna be fucked.
Do you know what else helps?
Whiskey?
And cocaine.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on the little, sugar booger,
Yeah.
or the booger sugar or whatever.
Booger sugar, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I get it because I went from here to Toulouse, which is 9 hours ahead. I was there for 3 weeks, so I finally got my sleep pattern back. And then I came back, and now I'm still getting my sleep pattern back here. And then in 4 weeks, I go back for another 3 weeks.
Yep.
So, yeah, Australia to here to Denver. Is that what you said?
Australia to here to Denver, here to LA to Palm Springs to here again.
I mean, at least LA and Palm Springs are
Yeah,
the same,
that's fine.
but still, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It'll
yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So no, yeah. Between all that and then my new toy I have, I haven't.
Yeah, the new toy definitely that makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
I haven't bought anything. So now I got this backlog that I got to go figure out, and it's whatever. So I mean, I read stuff over the last few weeks, but I didn't buy anything. So
let's talk about the current state
Yeah.
of DC and Marvel.
Okay.
Why I'm so angry, and why I may just throw all my monies at Image.
Which is a great plan that I suggest anybody do.
I like Image.
Yeah.
I like Image a lot, especially their hardback collections. Oh man, Nail Biter Volume 2 just came. Also, speaking of hardback collections, I spoke to Joe Eisma again about Morning Glories.
Uh-huh.
I was like, Joe, you got to help me out. I want to buy your stuff, man. I want to do it. And he's like he was actually angry at Nick Spencer. Like, you can tell there is bad fucking blood. He's like, he has fucking all the documents. He has all the extra stuff for the hardback. He has everything fucking provided to him. People have been asking, but he's too busy with fucking Marvel. Like, you can tell Eisma's not happy.
Okay, next time you talk to him, see what he would want for a Morning Glory's commission.
Okay.
I would totally put that shit on my wall.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's start with Iron Man 600. It was the very last thing Bendis wrote for Marvel before leaving.
Uh-huh.
Now, I understand that these books have been around for 40 years.
Yeah.
And you have to do things to change them up, to make them new. In the span of the past couple years, we find out that Tony Stark's parents are not his parents.
Right. He was adopted or whatever.
He's secret adopted.
Yeah.
His mother was a rock star who was hired by S.H.I.E.L.D., who fell in love with a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent to protect her, but was really a Hydra agent.
Oh, my God.
Who then got knocked up, and he attacked her, so she killed the Hydra agent. But then she couldn't take care of the baby, so then she gave it to Howard Stark because he started S.H.I.E.L.D. And then Tony dies, but he's been fucking with his DNA to help better use the armor so it didn't kill him. So he kind of came back to life after his body rebooted. But he's been secretly doing the same thing to Rhodey. So when Rhodey died in Civil War II, Stark just rebooted him. So now just Rhodey's back alive as well. Because apparently now we're just rebooting people to come back to life.
Sure.
Doom is no longer Iron Man because he's been Iron Man for 2 fucking years. They never once told you why. In fact, they gloated the fact that you'll never know why Doom did it. But he's back to being disfigured and back in Latveria. Leonardo da Vinci is back, and he's in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D.
God, I forgot about that.
Who, his number 2 in charge of the new S.H.I.E.L.D. is Blade, the vampire. And they're going around recruiting Riri Williams and other kids in armor uniforms through a fake MIT program to establish the new S.H.I.E.L.D. with these fucking kids. I'm like, just fuck you, Marvel.
God damn. No. Do you think that is Bendis' just giant fuck you, I don't have to deal with this? Figure your way out of this hole?
Like, what the fuck?
God damn.
I can't even with this shit.
No. Oh, God. Like, if I hadn't read so many shitty books, I'd be like, no, you're fucking pulling my leg. That's not what happened. But I can't even say it surprises me at this point.
So bad. So, I love Superman, and we now have the... Well, actually, before we get into the Man of Steel, let's talk about Justice No Justice.
Yeah, this is one that I refuse to fucking buy.
It's a 4-part series.
It's 5 too many.
And it's supposed to set up the new Justice League books going forward.
Uh-huh.
So we find out in Dark Knight Metal that Batman and the Justice League destroyed the Source Wall to bring forth the Dragon to fight the Metal universe. But now the Omega Titans, who were entrapped behind the Source Wall, have come back, and they essentially eat planets for sustenance.
Mm-hmm.
And Brainiac kidnapped all the Justice Leaguers and some villains in a strategic plot to defeat the Omega Titans. But at the same time, Amanda Waller was not cool with it. So she psychically assassinated Brainiac, but also downloaded his entire memory and knowledge file. So now Amanda Waller has all of his knowledge.
Oh, my God.
So then they went through and tricked the Omega Titans into eating one of their own. So now they have enough energy to sustain them for a couple millennium, so they don't have to worry about them quite yet. But now we got the new Justice League series out of... Fuck you. Fuck you.
You lost me at Amanda Waller psychically attacked Brainiac because I didn't know she was a psychic.
She's not, but she kidnapped... So she has Task Force X.
Yeah.
She has Task Force PX, where she has trapped in...
You told me about that.
All the... Yeah. Okay, fuck you.
Uh-huh, done.
Superman, the Man of Steel, #1, Bendis. Bendis is DC. Now, I was excited, because I love Superman. I love me some motherfucking Superman.
Right.
And then I read this issue.
Oh, not so great.
No, Jay. Not so great.
It's disappointing, man.
So we find out that there is a let's call him a male, not a man because he's not human,
Okay.
who's really responsible for the destruction of Krypton.
Oh.
Because so it's not Brainiac. It's got nothing to do with Brainiac.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
Brainiac's out. This guy's responsible because they were, taking resources from other planets and they were becoming too powerful and they were going to destroy this and that, like stupid fucking reasons. So he got together a group of the cosmic beings, some guardians, some dominators, some other people, and they all said no, don't do it. But he's going to do it anyways. Superman rushes into a burning building and he saves the burning building and he thinks it's arson, and it's verified by the new deputy chief fire marshal, who happens to be a very good looking girl that he flirts with a little bit.
Okay.
Which, excuse me, bitch, what? He does what? Superman?
Yeah.
Flirt? And then he goes back to the Daily Planet and he looks at a photo of Lois and Jonathan, and he has he's kind of thinking about like some fun memories they had, but he's also kind of thinking about the girl at the same time.
Jeez.
And I'm just like, fuck this all. Just fuck you. And that's it. That's literally the entire
That's
issue.
it?
That's
Okay.
the whole fucking issue.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Can't even.
Nope. Bendis, you can go away now. You had your shot.
So, what I have been reading and enjoying the fuck out of is I got the complete Skull Kickers. So it's 3 deluxe editions. Those big hardback ones.
Yeah. I'm just not familiar with Skull.
So Skull Kickers, probably about 8 years ago at this point, Zub wrote it. And it's
Okay.
just like a D&D kind of fun adventures.
Okay, this sounds familiar.
Yep, little
Yeah.
dwarf, big, tall, bald dude with a gun. It's a lot of fun. What I like about it is it exists in its own universe. You tell a linear story, beginning, middle, end, and then it's over. There's no, well, we've decided that his dad's really this person.
Right.
Nope, here we go, we're done.
Okay. Nice.
Fuck you, DC, and fuck you, Marvel.
Just read Image. I'm telling you. I actually read while I was gone. I read I think it was a 5 or 6 part Image series from 2012. America's Got Powers.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Yeah, it was great. And it was, like I said, it was 5 issues or 6 issues. The story was done. I didn't have to worry about any of this bullshit twist turn, memory replacement, time turning bullshit. It was good.
Like, here's the thing. When they did the New 52, I didn't mind. As long as you say, hey, guys, we're resetting everything. We've determined that it's just too convoluted. We're restarting everything. Here's 5 years of fun stories. Cool. Hey, guys, we're doing it again because we've run. Fine. But don't give me this. Well, I'm going to retcon this, but not this.
Right.
This happened, but this didn't happen.
Right.
This happened if you remembered if this happened, but if you don't, it didn't really happen. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Can't even with you people.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me that fucking Doomsday Clock, a 12-issue miniseries, is going to take over 2 years to get out?
Yeah, that's
Fuck
bullshit.
you.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's one of the reasons I enjoy Image and some of these other, I guess you call them smaller publishers. Because, I mean, I read stuff from 12 Gauge. Have you heard of 12 Gauge Comics?
I've heard of, not
Okay.
read anything of.
I've read some of their stuff. I really enjoyed it. They just announced today that they are going to have one of their properties turned into a major motion picture starring some actor whose name I don't remember now, but it was a famous black actor.
Ooh, we can't say that on here. He's a famous African-American actor?
I don't know that he's American.
Then he's a famous African actor.
What if he's Dominican?
They're not black.
They might as well be. They're just getting started. Oh.
Sammy Sosa's mad at you.
His skin's not dark anymore.
I know, right? He has Michael Jackson disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does.
Uh-huh.
Well, this went racist real fast.
Yeah, it did. That sounds.
All right, Colonizer. I'm ending this here then.
Yeah. Anyways, go fucking look up the movie. Just 12 Gauge Comics movie. I don't remember what it is, but they're getting a decent profile actor attached to it.
Nice.
Also, Jamie Foxx's Spawn officially.
Yeah. The fuck?
Can't be any worse than the '96 Spawn.
Okay, that had John Leguizamo in as the Vindicator.
That was the only
Redeeming part of that movie.
And if John Leguizamo was the best part of your movie, you know you got a problem.
Oh my god, I want him to make a cameo in the new spawn so badly. I'd be totally down for it.
All right, that's all I got, man.
That's it for me this week.
So we'll be back in a month
Yeah.
because you're gonna be gone and then I'm gonna be gone.
Yeah, look forward to episode 306 dropping in July.
Yeah, fantastic.
Bye.
See you.